Hello. About 7 months ago, which would be in the autumn, early winter of last year, I was given some spring cabbages, some spring cabbage plants, and I put them in my raised bed. But because I knew that raised bed had some club root, I took some precautions at the time. I added some lime to the raised bed to try and raise the pH of the raised bed. I'd measured it at between 5.5 and 6.5 pH, and I was trying to adjust it up to 6.5, 7 pH, which is less to the liking of club root. So I added some lime to the bed, and I also potted up the spring cabbage that I was given into these yogurt pots. Okay, the idea behind that was to pot them up into a compost that I knew had no club root, and to allow the root system to get even bigger than it was before I planted them on into the raised bed. Now I've done that, and that was 7 months ago. And in the last couple of days I've lifted my first spring cabbage, and I lifted it not because it was ready, because it had gone to seed, but it gave me an opportunity to inspect the root system. If you haven't seen that video, there's a very short clip we're going back to now. You'll see me pot up the spring cabbages, plant the spring cabbages and harvest the spring cabbage. And we'll have a look at the root system and check to see if we've got any club root. This is what we're going to transplant them up into. Well, I can't tell what you're seeing, but the white specks in there, that's garden lime. And I've also mixed it into that compost as well. So I'm hoping this is pH neutral, there or thereabouts, but certainly not as acidic as club root would like it to be. Okay, let's put these guys on. Okay, it's our root system. It's a nice wee root system there. Pop that in there, press it down. We'll put a wee bit more compost on top of that in a minute. Good root system there, look. Press it down. Okay, so I'm going to give these guys a while to fill these pots with roots, and then we'll transplant them into the raised bed. And these are the spring cabbages. Let's take one out and see what it looks like. Now I'm hoping that there's a bit more root on this spring cabbage than there was the last time I looked. Oh yeah, look, yeah, there are roots right to the bottom of this pot now. So we'll just sit that in that planting hole like that, and then we'll do the same the rest of these cabbages. Excuse me, Molly, please. Excuse me, thank you. And basically all I'll do is water these guys in and tighten them up a bit in the planting hole. Yeah, look, that's the type of root we like to see, that very fine hair-like root. No club root on these guys, not yet anyway, and hopefully there won't be. Hopefully we've taken enough precautions here. Okay, I've taken plenty of soil with it, as you can see. Let's take that soil off. Well, I don't think we've beat it, have we? That looks like club root to me. But in saying that, most of this root is quite fine and hair-like, so it isn't as bad as it was. We seem to be going in the right direction, but we haven't completely beaten it just yet. So yeah, the precautions I took worked in a fashion that didn't completely beat that grub root, but certainly all of these roots are okay, just this section here. Okay, that didn't take too long. Yeah, there was a little club root, but since I planted those all that time ago, I have been adding lime to the rest of the raised bed. So I'm hoping that when we plant these in the space available, the pH level is more nearer than a neutral pH 7 than it was when I planted the spring cabbages. Because lime takes months to have an effect rather than weeks, and it's had months, so hopefully we've gone in the right direction. Okay, what we're doing today, well, these are my Brussels sprouts, these are my broccoli. Okay, the rest are outdoors, hardening off. These could go in that raised bed now, but for the fact it's raining, and I'm not that desperate to get outside and plant any of these in the rain. But when the rain stops, we're going outside and we're going to plant them. That's providing they've got a decent root system on them in these yogurt pots. Now, the difference between this broccoli and this Brussels sprout and the spring cabbages you saw earlier was that I've started these from seed. The other ones were started by a friend and given to me as plants. So I didn't have them from day one, and they didn't have the opportunity to build up a root system in these yogurt pots for any length of time before I put them in the raised bed. This plant is much bigger than this plant because this plant has been growing longer than this plant. Okay, so I would expect this broccoli to have a bigger root system than this Brussels sprout. But we're going to have a look at them now, and then yeah, if the root systems are big enough, when the rain stops, we're going out to plant them. In the meantime, I'll ask you to do something for me. This Brussels sprout is a red Brussels sprout. Now I've got a packet of seeds given, but it didn't say on the packet of seeds what variety it was. Wow. Well, I'm guessing you're not going to see this, but there are a few very fine roots just in the bottom of this soil ball now. You may see them, you may not, but there are none showing around the sides. So this Brussels sprout can go back in that pot and have a bit longer before it goes out in that raised bed. I do need a bigger root ball than that if I'm going to try and avoid getting club root. Yes, I've never grown these before. So if you've ever grown red Brussels sprouts, if you've ever eaten red Brussels sprouts, come back to me, tell me about them, because I know nothing about red Brussels sprouts. So if you know anything about red Brussels sprouts, please come back with a comment. Tell me something about red Brussels sprouts. Right, what's this? Oh, this is the broccoli, yeah. Let's have a look at this guy. See if he's ready to go in the raised bed. Oh, yes. Yes, we like the look of this. Come on. This pot is chock-a-block. Chock-a-block with roots. You couldn't get many more roots in there. In fact, as you can see, this plant's starting to get pot bound. Pop it back in there like that. As soon as the rain stops, the broccoli goes in. The Brussels sprout gets a little longer in this pot before it goes in. I've already dug the planting holes, as you can see. The broccoli is still in their yoghurt pots. We haven't planted them yet. What I've done is I've excavated these holes and I've put a small amount of bloodfish and bone in the bottom. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take the broccoli out of the yoghurt pots, try and get some lime to stick to the root ball, then plant them, then water them, and that's job done. Okay. Molly's just popped out the door. She might come down, she might not. Mo, come down here. Good girl. You go around there, Mo. Hey, around here. No, she's just standing behind the camera watching me. You might see, you might not. She's in the garden. Yeah, I think she's coming down the bed. Good girl. What is it? I'll tell you what she can smell. I know what she can smell. She can smell that bloodfish and bone. Look at her licking the soil. It's in the bottom of that planting hole. I'll just pop around that side. Excuse me, please. Thank you. Well, we've certainly put the effort in this year to try and beat this club out, haven't we? I've told you about the precautions I've been taking. You've seen the precautions I've been taking. I'll be sorely disappointed if I don't get some decent broccoli here, yeah? And if I get any club root, I will. Okay, we'll sit these guys in. Right, come out of there, Mo. Okay, we'll just firm those in and we'll give them a drink. Okay, so I hope you've enjoyed this video. In a few months' time we should be eating broccoli off these plants, and also when we take them out we'll check to see if there's any club root. Okay, so this is Homegrown Veg signing out.